Business wise, what if you could tell? It's kind of a two-part question. If you could tell yourself, make sure you do this business wise, like looking back, and then also to maybe someone getting into boxing now, what advice would you have for them?
I would say watch everything. I would say it's hard to do, but I would say if you can find a way to manage yourself and make sure that you know all the numbers. Now, even if you do manage yourself by, actually doing it, I still would have somebody like a lawyer to look over everything to make sure that, because lawyers obviously know contracts and they're not going to miss anything when it comes to those contracts. So I would say skip the management thing, get information, as much information as you can, make connections, start seeking out certain promoters, talk to the promoters. You know what I mean? Maybe have a guy who's wise at the sport that came before you, like myself, kind of guide you into doing certain things and taking, certain steps rather than trying to go at it and listening to one of these guys who are trying to make six figures off your back. Because, you know what I mean? Or make more than that off your back. And if you're a talented guy, there's going to be people that come to you and try to do that. So, it's be in every conversation that you can, even if you're not physically there, be in the conversation. Get somebody who's really, and this whole family thing, we cool, we family, man. I love you, man, like you my son or my brother or my cousin or whatever the hell. That sounds great, but those are the kind of relationships, especially when it comes to business, that kind of fall apart. And it falls apart because, oh man, you were supposed to pay me this, and man, you ain't give me enough money, man, or oh, you owe me this money, or oh man, don't worry, man, all right, you don't need that, man. You gonna let me have it anyway? Nah, it's supposed to be business.
Yeah.
If you can separate the friendship from the business or the family from the business, then we can have something we can talk about. Because then now, and this is why I say, get yourself a lawyer. He gonna get paid off of what he gets, you know what I mean, or what he does for you.
Right.
You know what I mean? I would say, pay the what's the word?
Attorney, lawyer.
Yeah, pay the lawyer, but pay him, like put him on put you on retainer. I mean, it may cost a lot for you when you're coming up, but eventually you're gonna really enjoy that. And then
retainer?
Yeah, they put a certain they get a certain hourly rate.
Gotcha.
Right? So you put on retainer, you get that hourly rate going for however much they work, right? But you can do that, and then, like I said, I have another knowledgeable guy who's an advisor. That tells you, hey man, nah, I don't like that idea. Don't fight that. Especially somebody who knows the sport from the X's and O's point. You know what I mean? I don't like the way this guy fights in this way. He's a little bit too tough at this stage for you. Maybe wait to fight this guy later. Just stuff like that.
Looking back, is there any stories where you're like, if I would have done this, I could have made, this much more money? Anything that you're allowed to say on?
If I would have done if I would have got the advice, no, there is a major one, and I can't believe I almost forgot this. You remember Dave? You ever heard David Hay?
Maybe. I don't think so.
You ever heard David Hay?
Dave Hay?
David Hay. He's an English fighter who started at cruiserweight, and became a big star because of his look, for one, but in shape, looked like a model kind of guy, right?
Okay.
But he could fight, and he started at a lower weight, made sure he was in shape, got in there, big puncher too, can box, and he was a good fighter. Made himself a big star, beat all of the cruiserweights that was there. Not all of them. He didn't beat Steve, but he beat a few. Steve Cunningham, but he beat most of the other guys, right? Then he goes up to the heavyweight division. He was basically able to pick who he wanted to fight, because now he was not undisputed, but he was a unified cruiserweight champion of the world. So when he went up there, he was like top 10 rated already just from just from the strength of being that. And he goes up and he's talking, he's running his mouth. But he went from that winning, which is not as tough as the heavyweight division and the cruiserweight division, starting to build his stardom through that. That's his credibility too. Like I dominated the cruiserweight division. Now I'm coming up here talking shit to Vladimir Klitschko, to Vitaly Klitschko. What's up? He ended up going and talking crap to both of them. Then ended up choosing to fight this other heavyweight who was 7 foot. He was a big 7 foot heavyweight because he wanted to win a title and he knew that he can beat him. And that was his way of saying, now I'm gonna be a unified. Now I'm a unified when I fight one of the Klitschko brothers. And he went from, he made like a couple million probably to fight Valuev, right? To fighting Vladimir, probably made 10.
Yeah.
Now look at me. When I fought him, I worked my behind off to get into position to fight Vladimir as a number one contender, working my way up the ranks. What do you think if I would have went down and done what he did, dominated the cruiserweight division, legitimately beat all of them, then went up there? Do you think I would have been able to get a lot more money?
Probably.
I would have won a title.
Yeah.
I would have already been a world champion, and I've never actually won a current world title. You know, major.
It's about working smarter,
not harder. But I don't want cruiserweight champion. This is my people. I don't want cruiserweight champion of the world. I want heavyweight champion of the world. I'm like, yeah, but you putting the cart before the horse. Like we should go and do something a little different. Maybe I'll be in better shape. I'll feel better about myself. And then once I win that title, that's going to be a big part of my career that I got done before I went to the heavyweight division. But they didn't want to do it.